Skip here, down in Knoxville, Tennessee, playing around with my 2.5 Subaru engine. Well, it looks different. All-day project. I now have about 2 inches from the bed to the top of the 3/4 inch piece of wood resting on the coil pack, and about a 1/2 inch or so on the air intake. What I did, well, that was a project, but I woke up at 3:30 in the morning realizing that the rear end on the Outback had about 1.25 inch spacers, which would raise the body. So when I got up at 5, I went at 4:30, I went online trying to look at pictures of the engine crossover mount. Couldn't find anything, couldn't find any information. A lot of people were comparing the turbocharged cradle, but not the Legacy and the Outback. But what I did was, you see a nice shiny bolt down there? That's a 1/2 inch bolt, which I had to hammer in because the bolts that came out were 14 millimeters. But look down here, there's a nice shiny piece of black metal. This is a 2x2, cut to 8 inches and bolted on. This dropped the engine, made it look a lot better on the inside, just barely above the radiator, and I have about 7 inches of ground clearance on my exhaust catalytic converter. Well, now I'm going to have to raise it up. Here's the catalytic converter. Hard to see the ground clearance because the hoist bump is right there. But that was a project and a half, especially getting those 1/2 inch bolts back in. I don't know if they're focused, but you see a dimple. I used a pry bar punch, and I hammered those suckers down inside. They have washers and lock nuts, crimp nuts, not the nylon lock nuts, but the crimp nuts on it. So next project on the list is lift it up, check the transmission mount, because I did not put the spacers in the rear end assembly because I'm trying to get it down low. So I will just mosey on over here. Mosey, 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 here we go. And this upright post needs to be chopped down or removed and relocated for the air conditioner condenser hose to fit onto the condenser. And I need to notch the frame here to give me a little bit of clearance to be able to turn the radiator cap. That's the only interference. I do need to replace the dog bone because I ended up cutting both of them off, from the 2.2 and the 2.5. No news on the air compressor or air tank. Still leaks. That's the news. The rear end will be getting dropped, and gas tank and all the stuff that goes with it will be getting put in, and then figuring out where to put the filler neck. That's going to be a chore. So that's it. Engine now looks a lot better. Could actually drop it another inch. But I got to consider my ground clearance. Because if you recall, I have 2.5-inch drop spindles in the front of the Volkswagen and airbags in the back. So that's it. The engine is bolted in. Now I get to put the wiring on it and all the other stuff that's supposed to make it go zoom, 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 zoom. Oh, it's not a Mazda. Oh well. Take care. Sayonara.